Yeah, absolutely. You know, he had no form coming into this World Championship. No one got close to him in this World Championship. OK, Jack did at the end, 18-14. Higgins got within 1 or 2 frames. But apart from that, he blew everybody away. He outscored everybody. And I'm delighted for Barry, his coach, his brother Taylor. And as Alan said, I know his family as well. They're really down-to-earth people. All these times of driving him to these pro-ams, as Karen said, they're remortgaging their house, doing all that they've done because they believed in their son, and this is the payoff. I'm delighted for all of them. Fantastic result.
He also, Radzi, has been the perennial sort of bridesmaid. That's been the story of him in the massive events. Yes, he has a handful of ranking events to his name, but he lost in the 2018 Masters final, as he made reference to there. 6 years ago. Then he lost in the Champion of Champions final the same year. Then he lost this final 4 years ago to Sullivan, and then a recent Tour Championship final just last year. So he's been runner-up so many times, but this one makes it all the more sweet.
And now, just a word for the man we saw there. Jimmy mentioned him, Barry Stark, his former coach. You mentioned, as we encroached in the quarterfinals and the semi-finals, how he taught Kyron the old school way. What does that mean?
Yeah, what it means is that when Kyron was playing as a kid, obviously I wasn't witness or privy to it, but knowing Barry Stark, what he would have done is, when Kyron was trying to learn this craft as a kid, Barry would have been tough on him and saying, no, Kyron, we do it this way. This is the way forward. You know, being tough on him and saying, there's a way that we can make you a better player, but it ain't going to be easy. You're going to have to develop and improve and change things, because I said earlier in this tournament, he used to play off the cuff. He was far too open. He would throw his cue at too many long shots, but he's not now. He's one of the most solid players that you'll ever have ever played this game, actually. And that's nice to see them having a bit of fun with the ticker tape, isn't it?
Thank you for that context, Alan. Just a little word on Bailey and Finley. So actually, one of his boys has struggled with his own health situation, injured himself at school, had slight hospital visits as well, and that's affected his preparation coming into this tournament. His wife's had health issues as well, and you mentioned there with his parents as well. So the context of winning this, given what he was like coming into it, Jim, it's a fairy tale.
Oh no, absolutely amazing. You know, and he has played some of these top players. Like when he lost in the final against Mark Allen in the Masters, he broke down in tears, you know, pure disappointment, because he wants to win. He is a winner. He's tried everything he can. He's changed his cue action. He's worked, obviously, with Barry most of the time, gone to other coaches, come back to Barry, which I'm pleased to see. But his brother, Taylor, you know, has got to take, you know, probably 25% of the credit for driving him everywhere, making sure he practices, making him prepared, saying the right things to him before matches, in the interval, you know, like letting him shout at him when it's not going right. You know, it's a team effort, and they've not left a stone unturned. They've tried everything they could do to win, and they've won the World Championships. I'm delighted for him.
And now, just a word on Taylor there as well. He came into Kyron's snooker life by virtue of ending a long-term relationship. He said, I was down in the dumps, and Kyron gave me the opportunity to travel the world. And he didn't just take that opportunity to be beside him. He's been his right-hand man, as Jim alluded, to support him. A few years ago, we spoke about them having fruit juice to allow him to have energy, to keep his concentration levels up in matches. They've explored nutrition, they've explored strength conditioning. He really has gone to the nth degree for his brother. They are a partnership.
They sure are. I remember Taylor when he first came on the circuit with the travelling circus that we have. And he was new to it, and he was always looking around the practice room. He didn't know a lot of people, but he got to know them, and he left no stone unturned, as you rightly say, with his research. He is the perfect wingman for his brother. He makes sure, as Jimmy said, you know, kick his backside on occasion. Listen, bro, whatever you like, bro or not bro, get on that practice table. This is the way we roll. This is the way we do things. We prep for this, and this, and you'll get there. He's tough on him, and that's good. As I say, it's an old school way of going about it, but he's been pushed first by Barry Stark, and now has taken a little of a back seat in his career, although he's here tonight, thankfully. Taylor there, just hugging his brother there, has kind of taken over the reins, and he's done a terrific job.
And what we're about to see, I think you just saw it there, his youngest son try and get in on the action in his hug, because it's all about moments that, like I say, will last a lifetime for us all, but especially for the Wilson household. And Jimmy, we talk about the Crucible being the ultimate test. Funnily enough, Kyren Wilson, right until the end there, that's the only real time I can recall seeing him properly under it.
Yeah, because next time he gets in that situation, because he'd won it, he'd be a lot more ease. Like you see the Mark Selby's, the Ronnie O'Sullivan's, John Higgins's, you know, who've won it multiple times. When they get to that situation again, he'll be a lot more calmer, because he will go back in a month's time and go through that final with Barry Stark and say this shot was that shot, but so will hopefully Jack Jones. But what Kyren Wilson's always had, he's always believed that he's going to be world champion. He always believes he's the best player in the world. And he's stuck by that. You know, he's always had that self-belief. Even, you know, there was a few misses towards the end with the pressure of Jack Jones coming back. But we always fancied that if he got a good enough chance, he was going to take it, because he has that self-belief.